Hello, George, Managed Food Forest. I'm another compost video. I do a lot of these, but I've got a lot of material now, and I've got quite a few of these composts going, so it's a good chance to see the browns and greens, as I often talk about, 2 browns to 1 green, as well as look inside a compost that's been stirred 6 times, got brought up to temperature, letting it cool now. Another one that's only hasn't been turned even yet. It's gonna be its first turning. And they're great big piles. The one covered in the tarp here, I'm letting it go static now. So cooling down, it's been turned 6 times. I've gotten it good and hot every time, held that temperature as long as I needed to. Now I want the fungal dominance to take over. It was bacterial dominant with that thermophilic, the mesophilic, the thermophilic. Now I want to go static, cool down, stay that way, not be turned, not be disturbed. Behind it, the thermometers in there, we'll have a look. There's another big pile. They look like they're combined, but now this tarp's over it. It's time to turn that. It's I usually only go a week, but I've been too busy building a carport. It's been 2 weeks at least, and we're still sitting it. Almost 150. So it might be dry in there. Sitting hot that long, sometimes it dries out. I got the garden hose ready. Got all these materials. A real nice haul from 12 baskets today. Thank you very much, 12 baskets. I've got, oh, I forget the name of the tree company. This real nice haul of wood chips from the tree company. Just called and dropped them off. So it's that easy, taking food scraps and wood chips. I just have a surplus of it. As long as you make one of these piles 3 foot by 3 foot, these are huge. These are, oh, it's probably 12 foot wide at the base, 8 to 10 foot tall at the top. They're great big. I got my work cut out for me today. Glad I have to turn both of these, but I'm going to turn this one that way, put that pallet there. And I'm going to build another one here where these food scraps are off of here. Food scraps and water where this one was. So I'll pause here and we'll come back. I decided to go ahead and turn something with the video rolling. So you can see it's probably going to have steam roll out of there when I open it up. You probably only see me from here down. I don't know. So each one I'm going to pick up, shake down here, try to spread that material. You can already see the actinomycetes, that white you're seeing in there. We'll see a whole bunch here in a minute. And that's the bacteria we want to see. I see some of these food scraps in there. Let's have a look at that. Anybody want roast avocado? So that's gotten real hot now, real hot. It's breaking down quickly. It's real mushy. Now the microbes will go to work on it. Like I said, this is just the first turning of this pile. So far, so good on the moisture. Lots of water in here. Lots of moisture. We've had lots of rain. It's going to be better to cover your compost piles so you don't get too much moisture and wash out any of the soluble nutrients. They'll get picked up by that water, carried below and on out. Don't cover them with a plastic tarp like this. See, it's getting holes in it, putting all that plastic in it. I didn't want to do it. I did it and I shouldn't have. I was going to have a shed over it. 4 pieces of roofing. All right, I'm going to paint. It's looking real good moisture-wise so far. So now what I've done is I've taken the top. What I've noticed about the hottest, I should take it a little off. Excuse me. I'm taking what's definitely gotten up to temperature and stayed there, and I'm making that the bottom. Now I'll take these outsides, try to make that in the middle, and the bottom, the top, vice versa, every time I turn it. I'm going to stop there. You're just going to hear me panting so much. Let me have a look at this though. ectomycetes type of bacteria. Shows up in a thermophilic in a warm environment. We'll be back. All right. Don't mind the panting. So catching that steam, making that steam out. I don't know if it is or not. It's rolling off of there. So I've gotten a good ways into this one. Not halfway, but a lot of time is spent differentiating between the two. Look where I'm videoing. Differentiating between the two. You see how it gets darker over there. So that's one that's piled. We'll have a look at. This one we can see on the inside is getting really warm. We got up to almost 160 at one point. Lots of actinomycetes. When I touch this, real warm to the hand. Thought I saw a nicer piece of it. Let's see. And here, we're getting this older. Got some. I just saw some worms in there. We see it's breaking down more. Holds together when we squeeze it. Squeeze a little bit of water out between my knuckles. If I really squeeze, maybe. But it's starting to get some structure to it, breaking down. The baby worm's already in there. A lot more to go. All right. Make out that steam. Getting quite a pile. We'll have a look. I've gotten into where that's looks really gorgeous, holding that together, that structure it's giving that. If the camera's making that out or not. But it's also at a point where it's getting dry. Gotten too dry. We'll have a look. Some real nice chunks of that. Showing us it's definitely gotten nice and warm in there. The steam's a dead giveaway. Here, I've uncovered this old pile. Here's the new pile. Inside of this, we're getting down to where it's dried out. So I'm going to put the water on, the hose on it as I keep turning it. Over here, it's got great moisture where it's covered. It just looks really nice inside of there. A nice worm population already. I've got red wigglers in here. You see they're colonizing it all over the place. A lot more than I thought in there. Look where I'm videoing. Yeah, they're all over the place. Not like the larger compost. It's already trying to grow things. So again, food scraps, yard scraps, animal waste, we're considered greens, wood chips, cardboard, anything that has been dead for a while. Little birds taking off. There's a whole bunch of raccoon poop over here. I mean a whole bunch. They sit here and dig on the pile all night. I'm supposed to feed the wildlife. Hey, I want to see some mushrooms? I digress, and we'll stop and go back to compost in a minute. Can't see it behind the pile, so I've got 2 flushes of mushrooms that have showed up. Some are still edible. Grab them tonight. Back. All right, let's have a look. Might have been panting and explaining unclear as I tend to do. My mumble and speed talk. So here we have the pile that was taller than that one and connected to it. Had the tarp between them. So I've taken this pile. It needs to be turned and turned it there, starting to. This one's already been turned 6 times. We can see how beautiful and rich it is again. Right full of worms. So we're going to let that one set. This one, to turn it, I've taken the outside of this one and made it the inside. So anything that didn't get quite as hot as needed to will this time. So I do it in at least 3 stages. Try to do that twice so anything gets mixed in. You have the top, the bottom, and the middle. The top is the whole outside on the top. The bottom's kind of that bottom layer. And the middle is the hottest part. So now we can see I've gotten, like I showed before, down to where it's really gotten hot and drier. I've taken everything off the outside, other than down here on the bottom a little bit. I'll turn the hose on and start turning this some more. So we'll have a look what it looks like inside of here. All right, there it is, completed. It's a big one. For reference. See, I've separated the two piles. Ducks are yelling, they want to come over. They love the worms. And where it was, I moved to here. I've left a little bit behind down there. So I have those microbes waiting as I take this compost and these wood chips. I've got the hose out. I'm going to build another one here. How long is this video? This one's been 10 minutes already, so I'm going to stop this one here. Part 2 will be, I was going to take this compost I've been talking about, put it in a microscope. That'll be part 2. Try to show a picture of this other compost. Change, be better than holiday. I'm George, Fat Ninja Food Forest. Peace.